Christmas doesn't happen overnight. It is the result of preparation that begins long before the lights are turned on and the gifts are wrapped. For many, this period of preparation focuses on external festivities, organizing events, decorating the house, planning meals, and choosing the perfect gifts. But for the chosen ones, this time of preparation goes far beyond what the eye can see. Those who are chosen understand that the true meaning of Christmas lies in the internal process that takes place before the celebration. It is a time of deep reflection and spiritual growth, where the most important lessons are revealed. This process is essential. Without it, Christmas loses its true essence and becomes just another date on the calendar. But with preparation, it transforms into a portal to something greater, an opportunity for rebirth and reconnection with purpose. I have always felt that the time leading up to Christmas is as important as the day itself. It's as if the spirit of this season gradually grows inside me, preparing me for something I couldn't yet clearly see, but knew was essential to my journey. And for many of the chosen ones, this period is filled with signs and lessons that go beyond the surface. Preparing for Christmas is a reminder that, like everything great in life, nothing comes without a process. The challenges, doubts, and small internal battles you face during this time are part of this preparation. They shape you, strengthen you, and allow you to arrive at Christmas with an open heart and mind to receive the deeper truths that this season can reveal. During this period, something greater is being conceived within you. Just as the birth of Jesus was preceded by a long journey of preparation, the chosen ones also go through a similar process. This is the time to strengthen your spiritual connection, reflect on the path traveled so far, and prepare for the next steps that will come with the new cycle. Understanding Christmas as a journey and not just as a date is one of the greatest lessons that the chosen can learn. Every challenge, every moment of reflection, every sign you receive during this time is a preparation for the spiritual rebirth that occurs within you. And that is why now, more than ever, it is important to understand these lessons that Christmas brings to your life. While the world around you rushes, racing to finish the year, the first lesson for the chosen ones is the power of internal reflection. This time before Christmas should be used to turn inward and examine your own journey. It's easy to be swept away by external pressure and social expectations during this time, but for the chosen ones, it is essential to set aside time for reflection. What did the year bring? What were the lessons? Which parts of yourself need to be renewed or adjusted? This period is an opportunity to look inward and realize what really matters. I spent many years trying to fill this time with external activities, seeking satisfaction in material things or in the recognition of others. But over time, I realized that this cycle only left me more empty. It was when I decided to dedicate this time to internal reflection, disconnecting from the noise around me, that I began to understand the true meaning of this season. The answers you seek about your life, your mission, and your purpose are already within you, and the time before Christmas is the perfect opportunity to access them. The first lesson that the period of Christmas preparation teaches the chosen is the value of internal reflection. The world around you rushes, with bright lights, running, and endless activities. But for those who have been chosen, this period is an invitation to silence and introspection. Before every great change, a time is needed to look within, examine the journey taken, and understand what needs to be adjusted. This is a moment of deep self-assessment, where you must ask yourself, where have I grown? What do I still need to transform? What areas of my life need healing? Internal reflection is a powerful process because it allows you to recognize patterns that you may have ignored throughout the year. Just as Jesus spent 40 days in the desert, facing temptations and strengthening his spirit before beginning his mission, you too need this time of stillness to prepare for what is to come. Often, it is in these moments of solitude that the deepest answers emerge. In the Bible, we also see the example of David, who in moments of great anguish turned to introspection and prayer. Many of the psalms he composed were born from periods of deep reflection, where he confronted his weaknesses and sought strength in God. Likewise, you, as a chosen one, must use this time of preparation to confront your shadows and your light, recognizing where there is still room for growth. In my own journey, I realized that the moments when I distanced myself from external noise to reflect were the most transformative. There was a time when I felt lost, surrounded by external pressures and expectations that were not my own. It was only when I decided to look within and reflect on what truly mattered to me that I began to find clarity. This is the power of internal reflection. It returns you to your path, strengthens you, and prepares you for the next step. The second lesson that Christmas teaches the chosen ones is patience in the process. We live in an era where everything happens quickly. Instant results, rapid responses, immediate changes. But the spiritual journey, like the natural cycle of life, requires time. Christmas reminds us that before the birth of Jesus, there was a period of waiting. Mary and Joseph had to face countless challenges during this wait, but they trusted the process and the promise they had received. This lesson is fundamental for the chosen. Often you may feel impatient, frustrated with the lack of visible progress in your life. But it's important to remember that great transformations happen behind the scenes, out of our sight. Just as a plant needs time to germinate before sprouting, your spiritual growth also needs time to manifest. Patience in the process is what prepares you for the greatest achievements. The Bible is full of examples of patience being rewarded. One of the best known is that of Abraham, who waited decades for God's promise that he would have a son. During that time, his faith was tested several times, but he remained patient, and in the end, he was rewarded with the birth of Isaac. As a chosen one, your journey may also require patience, and it is this wait that shapes your character and strengthens your faith. I remember a time when it seemed like nothing was moving in my life. Everything was stagnant, and I wondered why things weren't happening the way I expected. It was a time of great frustration, but looking back, I realized that this waiting time was crucial. It prepared me, taught me to trust more deeply in the process, and developed a patience that strengthened me for future challenges. The third lesson that Christmas teaches the chosen ones is detachment from what is superficial. The world places enormous emphasis on materialism during this season: presents, decorations, consumerism. But for those who have been chosen, the true meaning of Christmas goes far beyond material things. This is a time of detachment, of freeing yourself from external distractions and focusing on what truly matters. Jesus set the example of simplicity and detachment from his birth. He was not born in a palace surrounded by luxury, but in a manger surrounded by humility. Throughout his life, he preached the importance of not accumulating treasures on earth, but of focusing on the treasures of the Spirit. As a chosen one, this lesson manifests in your ability to let go of what no longer serves your purpose. In the Bible, we also see the example of the disciples who, when called by Jesus, left everything to follow him. They abandoned their jobs, their possessions, and their previous lives to embrace a new path. This act of detachment was essential for them to fulfill their mission. Likewise, detachment from the superficial in your life will allow you to focus on what is truly important: your spiritual mission and the impact you are destined to have. I recall a period when I was overwhelmed by responsibilities and commitments, that didn't bring me peace, but only anxiety. That's when I realized that I needed to detach from many of these external pressures and focus on what truly mattered to me. This process of detachment was liberating. It gave me space to breathe, to reconnect with my purpose, and to find clarity about what I really wanted for my life. The fourth lesson that the period of Christmas preparation teaches the chosen ones is humility. The true meaning of Christmas reminds us that greatness often comes from unexpected places and in humble ways. Jesus, the Savior, was not born in a palace surrounded by riches, but in a simple manger among animals. From the beginning, he showed us that humility is an essential virtue for those who carry a greater purpose. Humility for the chosen ones means recognizing that your value does not lie in material wealth, status, or achievements, but in the impact you have on the lives of others, even if that impact is not immediately seen. Being humble is knowing that your mission is greater than immediate recognition. It is understanding that the greatest leaders are those who serve, those who do not seek glory for themselves, but work for the good of others. A clear example of humility in the Bible is Moses. Chosen to free the people of Israel from slavery in Egypt, Moses initially hesitated, telling God that he was not good with words and did not feel worthy of the mission. However, it was precisely his humility that made him the leader he needed to be. Moses did not seek fame or power, and it was this quality that made him one of the greatest prophets in history. In my own journey, humility was a difficult lesson to learn. There were moments when I felt undervalued, where it seemed like my efforts weren't being recognized. However, I realized that true humility lies in continuing the silent work, even when no one is watching. And it is in this process that you, as a chosen one, grow stronger. During this time of preparation for Christmas, reflect on where humility can guide you. Perhaps you need to let go of the need for external approval and trust that your worth lies in your actions, even if they are not immediately seen. The fifth lesson that Christmas brings to the chosen ones is the power of gratitude. Often during the year, we are led to focus on what is missing in our lives, on goals we haven't yet achieved, on dreams that seem distant. However, the period of preparation for Christmas invites us to change this perspective. Gratitude is a transformative principle, capable of changing the way you see the world, and most importantly, how you see yourself. In the Bible, the story of Job is one of the greatest demonstrations of gratitude. Even after losing everything, his health, his family, his possessions, Job remained grateful and faithful to God. He didn't let suffering rob him of his ability to be thankful for the blessings he had received throughout his life. In the end, his gratitude and faith were rewarded, and everything he had lost was restored. As a chosen one, gratitude must be a constant practice in your life. During the time leading up to Christmas, set aside some time to reflect on the blessings you have received, even if they come disguised as challenges. Gratitude transforms the heart and makes room for new blessings. When you are grateful, you acknowledge that even in difficulties, there are lessons to be learned, and that every experience has a purpose. I remember one Christmas when things didn't go as I had hoped. I was facing a series of personal and professional challenges, and everything seemed to be going wrong. That's when I decided to change my perspective. Instead of focusing on what was missing, I started practicing gratitude daily. The effect was immediate. My view of my own life changed, and new opportunities began to appear. Gratitude is a powerful tool, capable of transforming even the most difficult moments. The sixth lesson that the period of preparation for Christmas teaches the chosen ones is about maintaining unwavering faith, even when everything around seems uncertain. Christmas is not just a celebration of a historical event, but also a symbol of hope and faith. Mary and Joseph had to trust in God, even without knowing what awaited them. They faced obstacles, challenges, and uncertainties, but they never lost faith that they were fulfilling a greater purpose. In the Bible, the story of Noah is a powerful example of unwavering faith. God asked him to build an ark, even when there were no signs of rain. Noah was ridiculed, discredited, but he faithfully followed divine instructions, confident that what was being asked of him had a purpose. His faith was not shaken by external circumstances, and in the end, he was saved along with his family and the animals that had been protected in the ark. You, as a chosen one, will also face moments when your faith will be tested. There will be days when everything seems stalled, where the challenges will seem greater than your ability to overcome them. However, it is precisely in these moments that your faith must remain firm. During the period of preparation for Christmas, you are invited to renew this faith, knowing that, just as the biblical stories teach us, there is a purpose in every stage of your journey, even when the path seems unclear. In my own walk, I have faced countless situations where faith was the only thing that kept me standing. When everything around me seemed to be falling apart, when plans weren't working out, it was faith that reminded me that there was something greater happening, something I couldn't see at that moment. And in time, I always realized that faith led me exactly where I needed to be, even if the path was difficult to understand at first. The seventh lesson that Christmas teaches the chosen ones is the power of unconditional love. During this period, we are often challenged to practice this love, especially in difficult situations with people who may have hurt or disappointed us. Unconditional love, however, does not depend on favorable circumstances. It goes beyond what the world considers fair or deserved. Jesus was the greatest example of unconditional love. He loved without expecting anything in return and extended this love even to his enemies. In his crucifixion, he asked the Father to forgive those who were condemning him, showing that true love is that which transcends pride and resentment. Luke 23:34. This is the kind of love that the chosen are called to practice, especially during Christmas, when emotions may be more intense. In my own journey, there were moments when I needed to apply this lesson. During one Christmas, I faced a deep conflict within my own family. It was hard to see beyond the hurt, but it was at that moment that I understood what it means to love unconditionally. I decided to forgive, not because the other person deserved it, but because forgiveness was an act of love that I needed to offer to free my heart and move forward on my spiritual journey. As a chosen one, unconditional love is a powerful tool to heal relationships and bring peace to your inner self. When you love without expecting anything in return, you align yourself with the true essence of Christmas, which is the purest manifestation of divine love. The eighth lesson that the period of preparation for Christmas teaches the chosen ones is the value of service to others. Jesus himself gave us the greatest example of service by washing his disciples' feet and demonstrating that true power lies in humility and service. John 13:14. For the chosen ones, service is not a task to be done out of obligation, but an expression of who you truly are. Serving others can be one of the greatest forms of spiritual connection you will experience. When you make yourself available to help someone, not only do you transform that person's life, but you also enrich your own soul. During Christmas, when many are focused on their own desires and needs, you are called to step outside of yourself and reach out to others. I remember one Christmas when I decided to participate in volunteer work, helping people in vulnerable situations. This simple act of service brought about a transformation in me that I never expected. Instead of focusing on what was missing in my life, I was able to see how much I had to offer. This is one of the most powerful lessons for the chosen ones. By serving, you discover your true strength and purpose. Serving others doesn't have to be something grand. Sometimes it's the small gestures that have the greatest impact. A word of support, an act of kindness, a listening ear. During this time of preparation for Christmas, make service a practice. This will not only bring healing and comfort to others, but will also open your heart to the true spirit of Christmas. The ninth and perhaps deepest lesson is that of spiritual rebirth. Christmas symbolizes the birth of Jesus, but it also brings an opportunity for rebirth for every chosen one. Just as Christ's birth brought new hope to humanity, you are invited, during the period of preparation for Christmas, to be reborn, to leave behind the burdens of the past, and to embrace a new version of yourself. Jesus spoke of the importance of being born again, not physically, but spiritually. John 3:3. This rebirth is essential for those who have been chosen. It represents the release of old patterns of thought and behavior that prevent you from living in full connection with your divine purpose. During Christmas, you are called to reflect on what needs to be left behind. What hurts, fears, or limiting beliefs are you still carrying? What is hindering your spiritual growth? I remember a Christmas when I felt completely trapped in old habits and life patterns that no longer made sense. I was repeating the same mistakes, year after year, until I realized it was time to be reborn. This process of transformation was not easy, but it was necessary for me to move forward and embrace my true purpose as a chosen one. Spiritual rebirth is a journey of liberation and renewal, and Christmas offers us the perfect opportunity to start anew. This is the time to let go of what no longer serves you and open yourself to new possibilities. Rebirth doesn't happen all at once, but with every decision you make to live according to your true self, you are being reborn. This Christmas, may you free yourself from the chains of the past and embrace the light of spiritual rebirth. The moment has come. The period leading up to Christmas is not just another end of the year. For you who are chosen, it brings much deeper meaning. This is the time when you are called to prepare, to look within, to adjust the course of your life, and to connect with the true essence of this season. Each of the lessons we've explored, internal reflection, patience in the process, detachment from the superficial, humility, gratitude, unwavering faith, unconditional love, service to others, and rebirth, are essential steps in this preparation. You are on a unique journey. As a chosen one, your path does not look like anyone else's, and this difference often seems challenging. But remember that Christmas is the celebration of the birth of something new, of a light that enters the world to transform. In the same way, this period of preparation is the time when you are being shaped to shine in a way that you may not yet be able to see, but that will be clear at the right time. Just as Jesus was born in humble circumstances and grew in wisdom and purpose, you are also being called to grow, to renew, and to embrace your mission in a deeper way. The trials you face, the weights, the frustrations, and even the doubts are all part of this process of transformation. During this time of preparation, you are invited to be reborn, to leave behind everything that no longer serves you, and to embrace a new version of yourself, stronger, wiser, and more connected to the divine purpose you have been given. Christmas is a reminder that light always triumphs over darkness, and you, as a chosen one, are part of that light. As you prepare for what is to come, you are contributing to bringing that light into the world. Your preparation journey is essential, not only for yourself, but for all those you will touch with your example, your words, and your actions. At this moment, life may be calling you to make difficult choices, choices that involve letting go of the superficial, trusting the process, cultivating patience, and serving others. But each of these choices brings you closer to your essence as a chosen one, and prepares you to fulfill the role you were destined for. Just as a tree blooms in spring after a long winter, you too are being prepared to bloom in your spiritual life. This is your moment. The time of preparation has begun. Use this period to reflect deeply, to reconnect with your faith, and to prepare for the new cycle that is coming. Every day, take a step closer to your purpose, knowing that the work you do now will be rewarded with the peace, clarity, and light you seek. If you feel you've been called to live a life with purpose, know that this is the time to prepare. The distractions around you may be many, but now is the time to focus on what truly matters for your spiritual journey. This period of preparation for Christmas is your chance to reevaluate your choices, adjust your path, and align your life with the purpose you came to fulfill. The time of preparation for Christmas is a journey of self-discovery and renewal. Use this moment to strengthen your faith, let go of what no longer serves you, and cultivate the qualities that make you a spiritual leader. Your light is needed now more than ever. This series of videos was created to guide you through this period of preparation for Christmas, helping you connect more deeply with the lessons and challenges of this time of year. If you are ready to embark on this journey and want to prepare spiritually for Christmas, write in the comments, "I am ready for rebirth." Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the upcoming videos in this series, which will guide you step by step until Christmas. Prepare yourself. The time is now.